This is your Barbados Today afternoon news update. So glad you could join us. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Judicial authorities today assured the public that hearings are still continuing at the Supreme Court on White Park Road in spite of its closure due to environmental problems. Chief Justice Sir Marston Gibson made the disclosure at a news conference this morning at the height of concerns that the closure meant the courts had stopped functioning. Sir Marston revealed that the hearings were continuing, but only in those spaces of the building which have been fixed.
We recognize, however, that the judiciary is a critical functionary under our Constitution, and therefore every effort must be made to ensure continuity of operation. To this end, several of our courts, both the Court of Appeal and the High Courts, have continued to conduct trials, hearings, and other matters at the Judicial Center. The position taken by the judiciary is not to be interpreted as forcing or compelling any member of staff who feels imperiled by entering the building to do so. It must be pointed out that the judges have assumed responsibility for the administrative functions normally carried out by clerks of the courts.
The Chief Justice also revealed that ongoing investigations have shown the presence of mold, dust mites, and other allergens which have impacted the health of staff, attorneys at law, members of the public, and the judiciary. There was an outpouring of grief as family and friends of Onica King gathered at an emotional vigil at the St. George Secondary School last evening. King died on Saturday after being stabbed by a man suspected to be her husband, David King, at number 1 Mandela Mall in Swan Street, Bridgetown on Saturday. Tears flowed freely as those gathered paid tribute to the 36-year-old mother of two, who they described as a lover of Jesus Christ. Marcia Allen, one of King's close friends, said Onica was a beautiful, God-fearing woman.
Onica would spend so much time in the presence of God. And I said, God, you know what? I know for sure that Onica is with the Lord. And I want to encourage you people. I don't know, some of you party or whatever, but I don't think none of you here could have partied on me. But I want to tell you that the God that I am serving today is real. Hell is real and heaven is real. And I'm going to encourage you to serve God. And Onica served God to the end.
In other news now, Barbados Labour Party candidate for St. Michael Central, Arthur Holder, last night told party faithful to follow the advice of Prime Minister Francis Stewart and take the money of those seeking to buy their votes. He made the comments while addressing a spot meeting in the St. Michael North East constituency at Bush Hall Yard Gap last night. Holder was, however, quick to warn party supporters that any such move should not translate into votes for the Democratic Labour Party.
After the 2013 election, the Prime Minister come out and talk about this issue with this vote buying, and he's saying that people should go to jail if it is known, etc. But you hear we just come and say that if they gain out money, check them. That come out of the mouth of the Prime Minister. So you know when they come for raiding the money, what you need to do. All you have to do is to take the money. But you don't really take the money, you know. No, but you need to take the money and vote against them. Because remember that your vote is sacred.
Meanwhile, the Barbados Labour Party candidate for St. Michael West Central, Ian Gooding-Edgell, charged that Barbadians are hurting under the taxes imposed by the ruling DLP. He told the political meeting that citizens are paying as much as 60% of their income in taxes, leaving them with only 40 cents on every dollar they earned.
So you with me? The VAT is 17.5, you got the NRSR at 10%, and you also have the Forex. So you have 29.5%. But then when you compound all these taxes, you're going to yield about 35% approximately. Now, you work and you pay a tax. So it's 29.5% already out of the dollar. You pay taxes in this country, like all of us have to pay taxes. And when you go to work on your income, either your wage or your salary, you have to pay at least 25%. Because if you don't fall within the taxable allowance, you then have to pay a rate of 25%. Now when you add 25%, on top of all the taxation that you have, let's just say another 29.5%. You are already really at 30%. You are finding yourselves in a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where close to 60% of your income. 60%! And you only have 40%.
In sports now, legendary former West Indies Test captain Sir Vivian Richards has thrown his weight behind CARICOM's efforts at governance reform in West Indies cricket. The regional bloc is challenging Cricket West Indies' right as a private entity to manage the public good of West Indies cricket and has endorsed the 2015 governance report, which recommended the immediate dissolution of Cricket West Indies and the appointment of an interim board. Sir Viv, who never lost a test series as skipper, said he believed CARICOM's intentions were genuine and were aimed at correcting some of the problems which had plagued the sport regionally. He dismissed suggestion that CARICOM was looking to run the board. Cricket West Indies has resisted the move and has called on the International Cricket Council to intervene in the matter.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. In Jamaica, there is mixed reaction to Prime Minister Andrew Holness's comments that he has no problem working with gays in his cabinet. One group says the Prime Minister's statement is a positive development, while another has issued a caution. More in this report from Television Jamaica.
Whatever is in my discretion to distribute politically, a person's sexuality, sexual orientation is not a criteria for the use of my discretion.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who is on official business in the United Kingdom, responding to questions from a reporter on the issue of gays serving as ministers in Jamaica. Several groups have been reacting to the Prime Minister's comments, including the Caribbean Vulnerable Communities CVC. Executive Director of the CVC, Ivan Cruikshank, says it's a positive development.
We often don't hear our senior leaders, particularly politicians, be so bold in their statements about the issue, and to hear the Prime Minister speaking as he did suggests to me that we have evolved we are evolving as a country.
The Jamaica Coalition for a Healthy Society says it's surprised and disappointed by the Prime Minister's comments.
We would expect that all Jamaicans would be employed on the basis of merit. And regarding his opinion that Jamaicans are evolving on the abuse of homosexuality, we state that in a democracy it would be wise for the political leadership not to evolve at a more rapid rate or in a different direction than the citizens.
And on the international scene, reports are emerging that the Prince of Wales will be the next head of the Commonwealth. Leaders of the 53-nation grouping have been discussing the issue at a meeting behind closed doors at Windsor Castle. As this summit opened this week, the Queen, who is stepping down from the post, said it was her sincere wish that Prince Charles would succeed her. And that's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic afternoon.